Yo guys, Crescent here. Welcome to another build video. Today I'll be showing you my range Magicka Templar build, which is the MagPlar Reborn 3. So this is the third version of the build, and this is definitely one of the stronger versions I've created because I've tested this build in a non-CP solo environment and I did pretty damn well. So I recorded a lot of clips as well, so make sure you look forward to my gameplay video in a few days. I'm gonna upload them, and obviously this build can work in CP as well, definitely no problem, because we'll be using some proc sets that will get stronger with just CP. Alright, so let's hop straight into the sets. So the first set we'll be using is Vulcan Scoria. This is the monster helm for Magicka Templar. This is just one of the best set for Magicka Templar and Magicka DKs, and it deals a lot of 12k plus flame damage. And we'll be using medium hit and heavy shoulders, both impenetrable and both with maximum Magicka glyph. And our second set is our defensive set, Wizard Repose. You want to make sure you use Wizard Repose on the sword and shield bar. So I'll be using powered trade on the sword bar, back bar, and weapon enchantment glyph. And on the shield you can use sturdy if you want, or you can use impenetrable. Both are really good, and make sure you have maximum Magicka glyph on it. So we'll be using, for me at least, I'll be using Wizard Repose 1 ring and 2 body pieces. So 1 chest, impenetrable, maximum Magicka glyph, and a glove with tri-stack glyph. You can use maximum Magicka glyph, doesn't really matter that much, okay? With impenetrable as well. So this is how I use only Wizard Repose on the back bar, which is on my sword and board bar. Alright, and pardon me? Okay, and the third set we'll be using is Chalaron Legacy set. This is a really good proc set. We'll be using it on the body 3 pieces and on 2 pieces on the jewelry. So we have 1 on the necklace and 1 on the ring. So basically this set is just like when you do crit damage, you will proc you will launch a fire, ice or shock or disease ball at your enemy, and it will deal close to 18k damage. It's really powerful. Unfortunately, this set is dodgeable, so when enemy do a dodge roll or when they have shuffle up, it could miss, and it has a 10-second cooldown, so that is quite long. There's downside and there's a good side to it, but it's super powerful. It's 18k damage, and with 15k penetration on this build, I'll show you later, it hits like a truck. Alright, so what for me, I'll be using it on the waist, so on your belt, impenetrable, maximum Magicka glyph on the feet as well. I want it to be impenetrable, I still have to change it, but I'll just leave it one piece, well fitted, doesn't really matter that much. And on the legs, we'll be using tri-stack glyph and impenetrable as well. You can definitely use maximum Magicka glyph if you want, because you'll be using tri-stack foot anyways, but for me, I just want that a little bit more of stamina, so that's why I use the tri-stack glyph here. Alright, so another thing that is really important that I need to mention, that I am using 2 cost reduction on the jewelry and 1 Magicka recovery. The main reason because I use 2 cost reduction is when you are in mist form, you can't regenerate, your base regeneration is not gonna increase your Magicka, so you won't gain any Magicka while you are in mist form from base regeneration. So that's why I just use 2 cost reduction. And when you are under pressure and you are spamming Breath of Light to make sure you're alive, it will cost a lot of Magicka, because Breath of Light is still the cost of Breath of Light is just insane. Okay, it's like 3.5k or so, even with light armor reduction, 2 cost reduction, and I'm a Breton as well, so I reduce it even further, but it's still that high. That's why I prefer to use 2 cost reduction. Okay, because we are not using any regeneration set like let's say Shackle Breaker, you know, or Leech or something like that. And on the front bar, it's really important to grind to farm this set. I'm using the Master Inferno Staff. This is a really powerful set, increases the damage of Destruction Touch and just reduce the cost as well. And make sure you're using Sharpen, because we are using 2 proc sets, and Sharpen, basically higher spell penetration means more damage for your proc sets, okay? Yeah, I'll show you the stat sheet and the tooltip really quickly, everything. So I just need to hit a monster super fast. Zoom out. Okay, so on the front bar we have spell damage 2.4k, spell crit 49%, which is really powerful. And let me just kill this monster really quickly. Okay, so yeah, our Magicka recovery on the front bar is 1.5k, on the back bar is 1.7k. I can show you really quickly later. Maximum Magicka is 35k, health 25k, really decent, and stamina 15k, really decent as well. Yeah, on the back bar we will have let me just buff up really quickly. Okay, so we have 18k physical resistance. For light armor it's decent. Just bear in mind we have Wizard Repose as well, so we reduce damage incoming damage by another 15%. And spell resistance is really high because I'm a Breton and I'm a light armor, so it's just really high. And crit resistance 2.4k, really decent as well. And yeah, Magicka recovery basically is let me use a potion. It's 1.7k, okay, on the back bar. So what is important? We have crazy spell penetration on this build, so that's why our spell damage is only 2.4k, and our maximum Magicka is not even 40k. It's quite low, but we have 9.7k spell penetration, plus with this skill I'll show you really quickly. With Elemental Drain you will get minor Magicka steal, which is 600 Magicka recovery and 480 Magicka recovery from channel focus, so you will get 1080 Magicka recovery, which add up will go to 2.7k more or less, which is insane, really powerful. Okay, so yeah, you won't have much issues with Magicka recovery unless you are super under pressure and you can't use those skills. Then you might suffer a little bit on this build, but overall if you are used to this build you'll be fine. Alright, and then yeah, I think that's about it for the stat sheet. But I just want to mention that fully buff flame reach is about 8.5k or so, so it's not really high because some people can achieve 9k to 10k, but bear in mind we have 15k spell penetration and 2 proc sets, so flame reach won't be our flame reach will be our bread and butter DPS skill, but you have a lot of supplement damage incoming, you know, and the penetration is just super nice. 15k, that is just insane. Alright, so I'll go through the potions and poisons and everything really quickly. We are using tri-stat food, so you can use any tri-stat food you like. And for the potions, usually I'll use this tri-stat potion or invincible potion. Sometimes I use it as well. Detect potions, obviously. And yeah, that's about it for the potions. You could use one of the potions that are quite interesting is the immune to immovability potion, so you get immune to knockback, immune to CC, and you get crit, and Magicka, you restore Magicka, so that is another potion you could consider to use as well. That's really strong. Alright, for poisons, in non-CB campaign sometimes I use some poisons. I'll just show you really quickly. Yeah, so you can definitely just use the shock damage. Enchantment is really nice because you can apply concussion, which deals 8% more damage on your enemy. It's a status effect on your enemy. You can apply it with a shock damage, so your proc sets will deal 8% more damage. Or you could be like me and use poisons that deal dot damage, so you can proc your Scoria more often. Or you could use something like a poison damage plus cost reduction increase. In non-CP is just really powerful, so it's really up to you. You can switch it around. Sometimes I don't use poisons as well. Sometimes I just use normal dot poison. I switch it around as well. It's really depending on my mode as well. Or there's another poison which is quite interesting. If you're suffering with your Magicka, you could definitely use this Drain Magicka poison. So for 5.5 seconds, every second you gain 238 Magicka, which is about 470 Magicka recovery for 5.5 seconds. Just really nice, and increases the cost of your enemies' Magicka abilities. Okay, that is just another bonus. Alright, so yeah, what else? The Mundus stone we'll be using is Astronaut Mundus stone, so you get more Magicka recovery. It's really important because we are kind of starved on our base Magicka recovery, so I just use Astronaut. We are Vampire stage 4, and yeah, tri-stat food like I mentioned just now. Okay, so that's about it for the stat sheet and the potions and everything. I will go through the skills now. Skills are really important. It's more or less the same like my last build, but I still want to mention some stuff. Okay, And degeneration is just for you to gain some heal with your light and heavy attacks, and just major sorcery is another dot as well. So you can proc Scoria with it. Elemental Drain basically is just your major breach. You do more damage and you gain minor Magicka steal, which is really nice for your sustain, okay? And Flame Reach is your CC and your bread and butter damage skill. It costs only 1.8k, so it's really nice, really cheap. Vampire's Bane is another dot, really strong dot. You can snare your enemy a bit, make them slower, and yeah, it's just a source of major prophecy, so you gain more crit. That's why we have 49% crit on this build. Insane. And we are using Purifying Light as well. This is just another burst damage, and Shooting Star is just our ultimate, our burst ultimate. Usually we just throw it and you throw the CC and you just apply a lot of pressure on your enemy. You could definitely use another kind of, I would say, dirty ultimate, So Assault, really nice as well, really powerful as well, but I am focusing this build on my CP more on less on Thermal Church, less on dot damage, and more on like physical, you know, penetration and stuff like that. So I wouldn't use Soul Assault. You could definitely try out Soul Assault as well. It's just really nice skill. Anyways, it's just really powerful. Okay, and on the back bar we'll be using Channel Focus. Obviously this is your major resolve, major ward. And Standard Ritual is another ground buff. Your Cleanse, Breath of Flight, your heal. You see it still costs 3.4k Magicka, which is quite insane, even though we reduce the cost so much. But yeah, it's still a really good heal. Total Dark this is your flex spot. I like to use Total Dark when I'm soloing, because, or in a really small group, because it blankets you, you know. The problem with Magicka Templar is when you're under pressure, it's really hard for you to go offensive because your health is keep going down. Your health doesn't go up that much. You have to spam Breath of Flight, you know. The thing that you can use as a stamina build, you can use Vigor, you can use, you know, you have a lot of Hot, which is healing over time skills, so you can go from defensive to offensive really easily. As a Templar, this is your Hot, this is your defensive skill. You use it on your opponent if they are not CC'd, and yeah, when they attack you, you get healing. So you can turn defense into offense with Total Dark. It's a really underrated skill. Yes, I know it costs a lot, and you can only apply it to people that doesn't have CC immune on them. It's kind of like a niche skill, but I really like it. Okay, it's a bit like Shade, you know, for Magicka Nightblade or Stamina Nightblades. And the last skill is just Elusive Mist to get away from snares and everything. And Spell Wall is my preferred defensive ultimate. You can use Bats as well if you want from the Vampire skill line, but I prefer Spell Wall. Okay, so that's it for the skills and everything. And I'll go through the CP now really quickly. 15 Siphoner, 56 Warlord, 75 Arcanist, 7 Tenacity, 46 Tumbling, 61 into Shadow Ward because we will be blocking more, 27 Blast, 49 Elemental Expert, 44 Elf Wand because you'll be critting a lot and you want close to 2k spell penetration to achieve that 15k spell penetration in total. So I put like 21 points into Spell Erosion, 3 into Staff Expert, 72 into Master at Arms, 13 into Shattering Blows, and 11 into Thermal Church. If you are using Soul Assault, put more into Thermal Church. It's worth it. Alright, but I'm using Meteor, so I put less into Thermal Church. Instead, I put more points into Spell Erosion. And yeah, on the Steed tree, we'll be using 72 Ironclad, really important, 24 Resistance, 5 Light Armor Focus. You could put more into this if you want, but yeah, I might change it around, but I think 5 is enough because we have 49 into Hardy and 20 into Thick Skin, 37 into Elemental Defender. I put less into Elemental Defender because firstly I'm a Breton, so I got more spell resistance, and light armor more spell resistance, so put less into Elemental Defender. 6 into Expert Defender and 27 into Quick Recovery. Alright, so that is the CP. Yeah, I think I covered most of the aspect, and for the gameplay I won't show it in this video. I'll show it in an upcoming gameplay video, which you will see how I fight 1v3, 1v4, something like that. Okay, it's really interesting video for this build, and I'll just show you the combo really quickly. So when you see an enemy, firstly you want to drop down your buff, your 2 ground buff if possible. Okay, so you firstly want to apply your Entropy Degeneration, so you buff up yourself, and then you debuff your enemy with This skill is called Elemental Drain, so you get your maximum recovery, and then you apply these 2 dots here, Vampire's Bane, and you apply this what is this name? Oh my god, Purifying Light. And then when you apply these 4 things already, then you start shooting your Flame Reach. That is your damage skill. And every time you want to burst an enemy with an ultimate, usually what I do is really simple. So I buff up again everything, I debuff the enemy, put on my ground buff, put my dots, put my purifying, I throw my ultimate, and then I shoot Flame Reach. This is usually what I do. Alright, the simple combo. Obviously you can look around the situation, how is your opponent under pressure or not? Do you have to play defensive? If you have to play defensive, switch to defensive bar, put some total dark. If you're under a lot of pressure, a lot of people are pounding on you, put some total dark on your enemy, you know. It's switch it around. You just need to get use of a ranged Magicka Templar build, okay? And the good thing about this build is we have a good CC. We have Flame Reach, a 36 meter range CC, and it costs really cheap. So that is a good thing about this build, because inherently Templar has shitty CC. That's why Flame Reach is just really nice. A really nice skill for Templars. Right, I think that's about it for this video. Make sure you throw this video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more ESO videos, and yeah, make sure you look forward to the gameplay video that I'll post in a few days as well. So yeah, make sure you check that out, and I'll see you guys in Cyrodiil. Okay, bye bye.